Hey guys, this is Bex the Destroyer here, or Peter Moores if you play a bit of Mech Warrior with me. Today I just wanted to show off a few of my mechs in my collection. Just show you a few builds that we play and what we've been doing. So starting off with the lights, we've got some Commandos, Jenners, Locusts. I don't really use any of these except the 2D for the ECM. The 2D is a very fast mech. She moves at 146 clicks, so very fast, but can only really be equipped with missiles, which does make it quite hard. Tag, and also I should be running an ECM, but I haven't bothered to put it on. Those are the boring mechs. Let's get to the good ones. I'm not really running any mediums at the moment. None of them have any engines in them. I've just got them there for later. The Trebuchet is the only one I've bothered to elite. It's a great mech as a brawler. A couple of energy points, missile points. Let's get to the fun stuff. Okay, Bouncer. Bouncer's my catapult. Bouncer is a fully loaded LRM boat. Ready to rock and roll. Got the jump jets on there. Makes canyon nice and easy. Jump up the top, start shooting missiles. This thing can rain down the pane if we can get some tag or narc happening. Very much so, rain down the pane. Managed to keep most of the armor on it too. I could strip a little bit off and probably fit some more stuff on, but I'm pretty happy with this build. It goes alright. It's slow and it shoots lots of missiles, so that's all I need. The Thunderbolt. This is my chassis bonus, a special mech I got a while ago in a pack. I've been running this baby, trying to figure out a good setup for it. At the moment I've got the 4 medium pulse lasers, the ultra autocannon and some SRMs. It seems to be performing pretty well. The heat management is a little bit of an issue when firing those pulse lasers in combination with the SRMs, so you really got to be careful there. I tend to keep the SRMs on chain fire. Or the pulse lasers, just depending on which map we're on. The AC5, I'm not really sure about this. It's good. It gives it some range, but we'll play around with that and find out. And once again, I managed to pack most of the armor, or all the armor on this mech, so she runs quite well. I could strip some off for some extra heat management, but I like to be armoured up and ready to go. Now, onto my favourite. So, as Peter Moores, currently playing with the Cyber Wolves. We are planning on doing faction drops very shortly. Once we get a few more players in and some more experience as a team, we're going to drop factions. So the Timberwolf is my first faction mech. It's the mech that got me into Mech Warrior in the first place and Battletech in the first place. I just love the Timberwolf. I just love the look of it and the way it works. So at the moment I'm running a bit of a ballistic build for the Timberwolf. I have the UAC-10 Ultra, which just wrecks shit. We have some clear targeting heat sinks, medium lasers. We've got targeting computer, streak SRMs, so the close range, and the machine guns. The machine guns and the medium lasers at close range are absolutely devastating as a combo. You've also got the SRMs here as well, but the machine guns and the lasers specifically, you can just hold down the button and keep firing and they will not stop. So light mechs, medium mechs, you can just strip their armor away with those lasers and then chew up their insides with the machine guns. So it's actually worked really well as a close brawler mech for me, and we might go and drop a match with this guy in just a moment. But first of all, we'll go and have a look at the other mechs. But yeah, again, everything's pretty standard, packed with armor. It's got a good heat management, this guy, and moves at 80 k's an hour, which is great. It's very fast mech, ready to rock and roll. Get up there in the fight and get in people's faces. So then we got the Atlas. This is again a special build with the chassis bonus 30%. It's got some cool artwork on it that I like, so I run it in the green colour just to show off the angel artwork. I haven't quite worked out what that says on the back there yet, but I'm sure I will one day. At the moment, I believe I'm running a PPC build. Yep, so we've got the PPCs for the long range and the AC-10 and the SRMs and lasers for the short range. It packs a fair whack of firepower. But that being said, I'm running this one pretty light at the moment. Generally speaking, I can get this mech up to about 80 firepower if I strip a bit of armor and watch my heat. The heat management is a real problem with this mech. And obviously it's a very slow mech, so you need to make sure you know where you're heading. With this guy, you don't want to head halfway across the map and then have to turn around and start walking somewhere else. It's just a pain in the ass. So it's really good if you can get your teammates to give you a position that you need to be at. This side of the torso has 4 missile points. I have run this with 3 SRM6s and an SRM4, and it works fantastically. It kills light mechs instantly. I do have some video clips of some one shots on the light mechs that will be uploaded eventually. Pardon me. Now we have the Battlemaster, once again a special chassis. All 3 of these are the specials. The Highlander's the only one that's not. I've just kept these for the C-build bonuses. Sold off all the rest of this stuff. This is a fun mech I built. Couldn't be bothered spending money on it, so I just loaded it up with PPCs and as many standard heat sinks as I could get onto it. It's actually really quite efficient. The PPCs, if put on linked fire, you can, not linked fire, chain fire, you can pretty much just keep firing without having to worry about the heat. Now the heat's only 119 on this thing, but chain fired PPCs, if you're peeking across a hill and you're shooting your right torso PPC, for example, you can just keep firing. You're never gonna overheat with this thing unless you start firing all the weapons at once. So it is quite effective. I've scored 600 or 700 damage in this mech, all with the standard heat sinks, even with the low armor and the low speed. You just sit in the back and snipe. It's really good to get the advanced zoom for this guy. I do have a couple of those modules, but I don't want to spend any more money at the moment because I'm saving for another clown mech. But yeah, advanced zoom will really help with this mech because you can just zoom in and blast guys with the PPCs and basically take them out before they get too close. Smackdown was my favourite mech for a very, very long time. Highlander C733C. Sold off the rest of my Highlander chassis. This is the only one I kept, fully elated, ready to rock and roll. So he's Highlander, and yeah, he's fully mastered. Got the module slot. Everything's good to go on this guy. So this guy packs a serious punch when he's modded out correctly. There's a lot you can do with him. At the moment, I've got him running an AC-20 with the large pulse lasers and some LRMs for a bit of range. This guy really excels at brawling, though. If you equip you notice you got a second ballistics point here. So if you go double autocannons on this arm, and then use this arm as a shield arm, and pack maybe some medium lasers and some SRMs here for close range, this thing is a beast. It just wrecks. So maybe we'll just do a quick build for that now, and maybe we'll drop in this guy. I really wish they'd introduce some better buttons for stripping stuff from these guys. Okay, so this is the build I did run for quite a long time. Might have to do some modifications here, guys, because I haven't actually run this for a while. So now, normally you wouldn't want to run an XL engine in a assault mech. It's actually usually pretty frowned upon, and I'm not going to do it because I don't have the big ones. So we might go the standard 300. Bit of speed with this guy is necessary to get your ultra cannons and everything into a good range where you can do some damage. Don't bother about jump jets or anything like that. No, that's my laser hard point. So normally we'd go with maybe some medium pulse lasers, and that just gives us a bit of close range defense. When those lights come, and inevitably they will, they'll come for you. They'll come and they'll try and call you around the back. This just gives you a bit of an option to at least deter them. It's generally not going to fix your problems, but a couple of these will definitely fix your problems. What tonnage have we got left? Yeah, we've still got plenty of tonnage. Let's put a load up on a couple of heat sinks. Okay, but yeah, the SRMs and the medium lasers, they'll definitely put a stop to any light mechs that decide that they want to come and play. What's the heat? Heat's 139, so we're pretty good there. So we'll load up on a bit of ammo. I usually put ammo in the cockpit straight away and in the torso, because if you get hit there, you're gonna die anyway. So it doesn't really matter if the ammo explodes there. And then I try and put them in the all in the same slot so that I can case them. We're not going to run Artemis on this build because I don't want to spend any cash on it right now. We've still got a buttload of tonnage to go, so we'll bump up the armor. We might even, depending on how much we've got left over, we might even upgrade those pulse lasers. No, yeah, we're going to hit the tonnage limit here. So I need a case in here. Case, for those of you that don't know, if you're running a standard engine and your torso gets blown off, if you've got ammo in that torso, it will explode and it'll take out your arm and potentially kill you in a center torso. Case protects that from happening, so it stops you from, if you do get your side torso shot off, it stops it wrecking the rest of your mech, which is quite important. You obviously don't want to lose your arms and your legs and stuff like that because of an ammo explosion, so it is important to case up. If you're running an XL engine, no need to case up, because if you get hit in the side torsos, you're dead anyway, so there's no point doing that at all. We could probably fit another missile in here. I don't think I'm going to go with the missile though. I think I'll go with the AMS umbrella. I think 2 SRM6s at close range is more than powerful enough to deal with most mediums and lights that come in. Like, that's 12 rockets, and if you get them in the face with that plus some medium lasers, they're going to turn around pretty quick and run away. So we need AMS. And some AMS ammo, which we're going to put in the leg. I don't mind so much if my legs get blown up and they explode. It doesn't tend to do as much damage as it does if it blows up in the torso. So it's not so important to put a case in the legs. Plus they're pretty heavily armoured anyway. So usually you last the battle with the Highlander on the legs. So what does that give us? That gives us 30, 60, 90 rounds and 300 SRM rounds. So we'll keep stocking up on the UACs. And that's all I own. So how many tons we got left? One ton. So instead we'll just go with the 2 halves and a case. Beautiful. So we're all cased up. We're ready to go. We're rocking 47.8 firepower, which is it's not huge, but you can sustain a lot of damage over a match with this mech just with the autocannons, just sitting at their max range, optimal range of 600 meters, sorry, and just pounding away with them until you run out of ammo. You can rack up quite a lot of damage. Now this arm is a shield arm. It's really important to make sure that you're using your left arm as a shield. So when you're fighting, you want to turn and you want to fire your assault cannons. And then when the enemy starts firing back, you want to turn back to the right and back to the left and get that left arm shielded to take that damage. And then you want to swing back around to the right and keep firing those autocannons. That's the way this mech works. It's worked for me before. I might be a bit rusty. I haven't been playing this for a while. I've been playing the Timberwolf. We will have a game with the Timberwolf a bit later, but right now I'm just going to crank out this guy. So let's save this build. I don't think I've got any modules. It does work better with zoom module as well. The ultra autocannons, you can put a lot of rounds on target if you got the zoom module. But I can't be fucked stripping it off any of my other mechs at the moment. Yeah, I got nothing. Some consumables here. Not that I ever use them. Just set those on auto refill because I really don't care if they run out or not. And weapons groups. Okay, so the autocannons are on the right hand side of the mech, so I typically set them to mouse button 2. I like to have the mouse configured generally in the same way that my mech is configured. Medium pulse lasers are on the, where are we? Also on the right hand side of the mech, so not much I can do about that. They will have to go on number 1. And missile weapons I pretty much always keep on my 3rd mouse button. It's just a habit for me. I just know to click that button to fire my missiles, so easy as. And with this sort of build, I will probably go with a 4th slot here that just fires all my close range weapons at once and just unloads in the enemy face. So, all right, let's see if we can get a game. Looks like the queues are waiting for light mechs and we're in an assault, so it might take a little while to get a game, but just bear with me. Oh, and just before we launch, this is my King Crab. This guy's a beast. I'm still trying to work out how to run him properly. But at the moment I've just got a bit of a silly build, so I built him up as an LRM boat with machine guns, just to mess around. But normally I would run 2 Gauss rifles in here, and some close range weapons in here. And the Gauss rifles obviously are serious weapons. They do serious damage if used correctly. So it can be quite a killing machine. Anyway, back to the Highlander, and we'll try for a drop. Let's see how we go. Hopefully we can get one quickly. Although I'm going to roll a cigarette, so. Hopefully it gives me a minute to do that. I'm not dropping with the Cyberwolves today. I haven't got a lot of time. I've got some chores to do this afternoon, well this afternoon, so I'm going to try and get those out of the way. I may come back and try and stream a bit later on my Twitch channel, so make sure you hit me up on the Twitch channel with a follow. I'll post a link in the description. Also the Facebook page, Bex the Destroyer. If you guys could head over there and sling us a like, that would be fantastic. Okay, we got a match. We're going to go with Tourmaline and Assault. I really don't like Skirmish that much. I'd rather Assault where I've got something like a base or something to attack. Skirmish can be fun depending on the mech you're in, but it usually just devolves into a crappy brawl and it's a bit shit, so... let's see what we've got. A bit of full screen. Okay. We did get Skirmish. Fuck. Well, this is not a bad mech for Skirmish, but it's certainly not kitted out for specifically skirmishing. It's much more of a point control mech. This guy, so either standing at the base or standing at a cap point in Conquest, and just keeping people away is probably how it works best. But we'll skirmish and we'll see how we go. Probably get racked, but that's okay. Who have we got on our team? The only Cyberwolf. Jeez, not even any wolves on our team. That's a bit of a bummer. We got some Ghost Bears, Jade Falcons, and what are they running? Kit Foxes, Blackjack, Cicada.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Cicada, Achilles, Arctic Cheetah, sorry, that's the next mech I'm going to buy. Alright, let's move out. Good hunting, guys, let's do it. Let's link up somewhere around D7, D8 and just push forward in a death ball. Now, I've got the auto cannons on linked fire here. Can work well. People tell me you lose DPS on the autocannons. Wait a minute, no, that's my medium lasers. On the autocannons, I'm not too sure about that. I think it gives you a faster rate of fire. But you know, other people have done the maths, so I'm not going to argue with them. Just going to try and link up with the main group over here. Some aren't listening, so.
Airstrike online.
They're just going to run in and pug stomp, and we're probably going to get killed, but you get that, it's a pug game, so you do. I've got a couple of different profiles on my mouse, so my mouse buttons let me zoom in. When I'm using a module, I've got another profile for the zoom module. Also run at 800 DPI. I don't know what other players use, but anything more than that's far too sensitive for me, especially at longer ranges. Alright, we've got a target here, it's Timberwolf. Let's go and bring some pain down on this guy. Hopefully he hasn't got any friends with him. As you can see, I'm a pretty terrible shot, so I do need some practice. And all these guys are going to hunt that Timberwolf, so I'm just going to hang back and let them go do the job. And we've got more coming through. We've got guys in E6, Echo 6 coming up the flank. Yeah, so we're going to have to go and engage these flankers. See, it is important to do the turn, which I didn't really do there, but if you can get the turn happening, you're alright. We've got a Marauder. Marauder's a nice little mech. I haven't owned one yet, but I like the look of them. I might get one and it looks like we got more heading from the left. Yeah, we got to move it through E7 and guys, E7 and E6, Echo 7, Echo 6. Target E is a Warhammer, and we've got a few over there, so just watch out.
Warning, incoming missile.
I'm just going to have to back out of line of sight here. I'm right on the front line, which is not where I want to be with this mech.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
And you'll notice, as I said before, I equipped the weapons on the right trigger here because it's the right hand side, and it means that I can pop in and out of cover and use the button that makes sense to me to fire the right hand side weapons. The lasers are right hand as well, but they're not going to be used much until people get closer. Ouch, that hurt. Isolated over here, so we're going to go this way. We're going to do a runner and try and link up with the guys down over that big ball of guys on the map there. We're just going to try and link up with them and provide them with some backup. Guys, push forward into Echo 6 if possible.
New target acquired.
We've got target Bravo is a direwolf. He's nearly caught. Sorry, when I raise my voice, guys, it's because I'm using team chat to tell everyone else what's going on.
New target acquired.
And I'm caught too, so this is not going to be fun.
Critical damage.
But we got the direwolf. That king crab is going to sit back there and hit us with LRMs like a little bitch. So I'm going to try and move up. Well, that's it. There we go. I was going to try and move up and get a line on him. 200 damage, fantastic. I really want to average 400 to 500 damage per match. 200's not fantastic in a pug match with a Highlander. I should have done a lot more damage than
that. Target acquired.
And I think we'll just we'll quit this match now. Not going to worry about who wins or loses. So in Mech Warrior, once you die, you can just quit the match. It doesn't affect anything. It just means you miss out on the scoreboard at the end, but you still get all your C-bills once the match finishes, which is good. So whether you win or lose, you still get your C-bills. Now the other thing, for those who haven't played Mech Warrior before, it does lock your mech in game. So I cannot use the Highlander again until that game is over. So we will have to switch it up to something else. Going to run the Timberwolf. This is my build at the moment. This is what I'm kicking ass with mostly. It does have a few little quirks you can see up there under the quirk summary, so it doesn't cool down, and the lasers stream for a little bit longer, which is not great. I am going to try and fix those quirks eventually. I'm just not quite sure how yet. But anyway, let's drop in the Timberwolf and see if we can't do some better damage. This is my baby at the moment. So it's outfitted as a bit of a laser boat. I was running it as a full LRM boat. It just was. It works, but I think a brawler skirmisher build for the Timberwolf works really well, especially with that UAC-10 to just chew stuff up. Not really a big fan of Bog, but I'd rather run there than Polar Highlands. This map has been played to death lately. Yeah. Alrighty. Skirmish again. Fucking hate skirmish. So for those who are considering playing Mech Warrior, my name in-game is Pater Moores, P-A-T-E-R-M-O-R-S, 2 words. Feel free to send me an invite and we can do some drops together. I do get on TeamSpeak a lot, so it is appreciated if you do have TeamSpeak, but the in-game VoIP works just as well if you don't have it. So what do we got? Cicadas, Centurion, Hunchback. We got a pretty solid loadout. We've got the 1 Atlas, we've got a Griffin, and my Timberwolf. That should give us a bit of firepower. I think that is the Atlas with ECM, so hopefully that's going to help us out. My ping's terrible, it's a European service. One good thing about this game is even though you do get high ping, it's not as bad as it could be in other first-person shooter games or just shooter games in general, because the combat's a lot slower, so you can sort of calm down a little bit, and it doesn't matter too much if your ping's above 300. Anything above 400 though, and it's starting to get too bad to play. But 300's nice. Anywhere between 150 and 300 I'm happy with. My provider is TPG for those Australians listening, and they route all their traffic through Sydney instead of Perth, which means that it takes twice as long to get to America and Europe. So I'm thinking about changing providers soon to someone who routes their traffic through Perth. C5, D5 in this map tend to start the battle quite a lot of the time. We may end up at D4 and C4, but looks like these guys have already pushed forward a little bit, so let's see what we've got. A couple of guys going down towards the bog. It's pretty important to try and keep grouped up. You do need a focused fire in this game very much so. If you can get everyone firing at the same mech, you will take them down quicker. Much quicker.
Target acquired.
So we've got target Alpha. It's about 1 click out to Timberwolf. Looks like he's probably on the E or the D line, around about the 3 line. So just helping the guys out there with some info. It is crucial to provide info in this game, crucial to provide enemy positions and locations. A lot of people use chat, but since PGI introduced the in-game VoIP, it's just been a whole hell of a lot better. At least, you know, you can get a bit of communication going even if you're not a full team with Skype and that sort of thing, or TeamSpeak or any of the other things. We've got someone down here, probably a scout. Somewhere. There he is.
Target acquired.
Right below us. He is a heavy metal. Alright, we're going to drop down behind. Oh, that wasn't a good move. And so yeah, got wrecked on that one. Probably shouldn't have dropped down there. I didn't see the other mech. I thought that guy was by himself. But you can see the 115 damage that I just did there. That was almost all from the medium lasers and the machine guns. So you notice as soon as I got in range, they just came on and started firing and stayed on. And that's pretty much the idea. Once you get in close, I'll just show you the weapons group on that Timberwolf, and then there. Hang on 2 seconds. And sometimes this game takes ages to load back into the Mechlab, so I'm sorry about that. I'm going to get there a bit quicker today. Mechlab. What for groups? Right, so you see I got the medium lasers, the machine guns, and the Streak SRM6 all on 3. Basically, the idea with this mech is that you use your autocannon until they're in range. You use your medium pulse lasers separately when you need to, but once they're within 200 meters, you just hold down group 3. Just hold it down. You don't need to worry about trying to conserve ammo, trying to conserve heat. Just keep firing, and you will get a good solid 30 seconds of fire of all these weapons before your heat maxes out. And then you need to back off and cool down. And at the same time, you can keep firing your autocannon as well if you want to. I tend to just let these guys run their course. They do a fair amount of damage just by themselves. The autocannon, depending on the mech you're facing, the autocannon is really going to help. You know, if you're facing a direwolf or something like in that earlier match, you definitely want to be hitting them with the autocannon. Let's have a quick look at some loadouts that you can run on this thing quickly. It won't take me long to do that, so we'll strip all the equipment there. Good thing about the new clan mechs is the omnipods, so rather than having to buy a bunch of different variants, you can just switch out the omnipods for different things. So like I've got one here that gives me the missile laser and the ballistic laser and 2 missile slots. I've got another one that gives me just the ballistic and the missile. It just depends on what you want to do. You can switch all of these out. So I put the right arm on with the ballistic weapon so I could run the autocannon. We might go back to the lasers, and I'll just show you a bit of a classic Timberwolf build. So we go with the ERPPCs. We go with the LRM-15 Artemis. I pick LRM-15s because I think that they're a little bit more efficient than LRM-20s for the weight that they are. And I also decided to go with the cooldown time modules for the LRM-15, so I could just chain fire these puppies like mad. I can just get them cranking and get plenty of rockets out there to do some damage. This build, this is really all you need on this build to do a serious amount of damage. All you really need to do is just stick close to your teammates, let them get you some LRM targets, rain the pain, use your advanced zoom here to pick people off with the double PPCs. It really hurts getting hit with 2 PPCs at once. People don't like it, they will run away from you. You can pack in some other stuff here if you want to strip some armor. You can put some medium lasers on and that sort of stuff. I tend to run with as much armor as I can, just because we probably want a targeting computer for this guy. And how much LRM ammo have we got? Yeah, we might strip off some LRM and put in an active probe as well. So active probe is going to give us a 25% range boost on everything, just sensor range, so that lets us see them a long way away. Targeting computer gives you a lot of stuff, so it gives you a bit of extra zoom, it gives you a bit of extra advanced zoom, which is good because I've got that module. Targeting time, beam projectile boost, so that helps with the quirk that we were looking at earlier, and just projectile speed, so things like PPCs and that sort of stuff are a little bit faster and have a little bit of a higher critical chance. So it's always good to pop a targeting computer in the clan mechs if you can afford it. In the bigger guys, obviously you want a bigger computer, but this will do for now. What do we got? 0.5 tons. Now, again, this is a clan mech, so it does run an XL engine, as you can see in the side slots. So if you take out a side slot, this mech is dead. You do not need to worry about casing anything with clan mechs most of the time. They almost always run an XL engine. So I'm just going to spend the rest of this money, this tonnage on armor. Alright, we should be good. Alright, so let's try this one out in a drop. We're still waiting on the other match to finish, so there's not much we can do with this mech until then. But you can see, like, the loadout's pretty you know, you can do a lot of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of different options that you can take. You know, I could probably strip a bit of armor and get a couple of machine guns in there if I wanted. Machine guns are really underrated. Basically, the way that the machine gun works is that it's just going to ping off armor, but once you've stripped the armor, it just shreds internal components of mechs. So the idea is to use something like PPCs or medium lasers to strip the armor and then just shred them with the machine guns. I've really found in the last couple of matches that I've played machine guns with that they have just worked fantastically. Another thing with the omnipods, sorry, just to jump back to the omnipods for a second, if we switch out the right torso here for the other right torso that I have, I think it's that one. Yeah, it also gives us jump jets. Okay, so these omnipods have a lot of different things that they can do for you, so it's quite important to just have a look at what you're going to get out of them. So that, you know, that's going to give me jump jet capacity, but it does give me some bad quirks as well, so it's a bit of a trade-off. So yeah, it's important just to have a bit of a look at your omnipods and see what they do for you, and you know, if they bring anything special to the table that's going to help you out. I might run that omnipod. I think I can still fit my LRMs in there. Yep, with another thing. So I'm running a little bit light on the LRMs. I've only got 540, so 360, yeah, 540. That's a little bit light. I would prefer to run more, but with the PPCs I've got plenty of firepower, so it's not really necessary. Normally what I would do here is I would probably drop a PPC and I would probably load up with a lot more ammo if I want to run an LRM boat, but we're not going to do that today. I'm just going to stay with the PPCs. I like this build. I think it's a classic Timberwolf build. I think the PPCs on each armor are a bit of an old school favourite and an old school classic. I do like the auto cannons though. I do like the UAC the ultras. You got to be careful with the ultras, obviously, because they will jam up on you. But you can get just an astounding rate of fire out of these when you're ready. The Ultra C20 I'm going to pick up shortly. It's just nearly $1 million, and I don't want to spend $1 million right now on a weapon. What I'm actually saving for is sorry, it just takes a minute to save the loadout. Yeah, what I'm pushing for at the moment is another clan mech, so I can start looking at faction drops. And I'm looking at the Arctic Cheetah at this stage, so I need to save up at least 6 mil for one of the smaller ones, but probably want to go with the Arctic Cheetah Prime, so I need 7.7 to get that. Arctic Cheetah Prime, she's a small mech, but she has 6 laser hardpoints. Oh wait, hang on, is this the right one? No, wait, this is not the right one. Hang on. Go back. Where's the one with all the laser hardpoints? Might be this C. Yeah, sorry, it's the Arctic Cheetah C. It has seven laser hardpoints. So that's a lot of damage that can potentially be put out by this tiny little mech. You'll see their stock build runs pretty crappily. It's got 0.75 heat management. That's fucking terrible, man. You're gonna lose. You're not gonna be able to shoot shit with that. The best way to run this mech that I've seen other people playing is to strip all these out and replace them with small lasers or small pulse lasers. I think most people just go the small lasers, maybe 2 small pulse lasers. And this thing just wrecks face. I've seen people do 700 or 800 damage with this mech purely by circling around behind the enemy and just coring them from the back before they could do anything. So yeah, I'm not sure. I think Arctic Cheetah is actually a trial mech at the moment. No, it's not. How do we find out what trial mechs are available? 7 empty mech bays. I forget how we find out which trial mechs. Trial, here we go. Yeah, here's the Arctic Cheetah with the ECM. So we might give this guy a bit of a run. It's quite a fun mech. Being a trial mech, it's I can't really do anything with it, but we'll run it anyway and just give it a bit of a crack and show you what a light can do. She's very quick. The build out that they've put on this one's quite good. It's got the good heat management. You should be aiming for anything over 1.2 is generally acceptable. Fully armoured. Got jump jets. Yeah, the whole lot. I don't think we can look at this guy in the Mechlab, unfortunately. No, we can't, so we'll just drop with him and have a go. And this will be the last drop, and then I'm going to end this one. Okay. So we want assault. Yeah, assault is... we're going to get skirmish, but assault would be great for this mech, Arctic Cheetah, for a back cap or just to get around behind their lines and give some positions and that sort of stuff is basically what this mech is built for. So I am by no means a good light player, so there's plenty of other people out there that you should listen to other than me, but that being said, the general principles of the light are to spend the first half of the match scouting, calling targets, making sure that your team knows where the enemy is, and then once things devolve into a bit of a battle, you can sort of start moving in and out of the enemy lines and skirmishing and trying to get behind their assaults and their heavies, and take out their rear armour. Well, some of our clan mates from the Cyber Wolves are just fantastic at that. You got Torzid, I think Star Matter runs a few really good mechs, light mechs that he gets right in there with. Torzid especially has the Arctic Cheetah already, I believe, and it's quite fun watching him head out into the field and do his thing. Not really sure which other live players we have in our team, in our group. I tend to be heavy or assault. I can play medium a little bit, but I'd prefer to stick to my heavies.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Alright. Now you notice, I don't know if the frame counter's recording, you'll notice I pull anywhere between 10 and 60 frames, usually averaging about 25 to 30. I am playing this on the highest possible settings at the moment, so I'm quite happy with that. I will probably for future videos drop the settings a little bit so that we get a little bit less choppiness and a bit better frame rate, but for now this is what we're doing. I don't even know what I'm doing here. I'm just cruising around looking for enemies. We've got the jump jets so we can get up nice and high.
25%. Fuel
Get
at
up on top of buildings
0%.
and things and have a bit of a look around. You got to be careful with the legs. Just make sure you don't damage your own legs when you drop off those buildings. So I'm just going to call out some targets to the team here shortly, so if you hear me, it's all good.
Fuel at 25%.
Alright, we've got Foxtrot 5, guys. Foxtrot 5.
Target
We have
acquired.
a Mistlinks. Designation Alpha. I'll try and keep a lock on him for your LRM guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, drop those LRMs if you can.
I'm throwing them at him right now.
Yeah, I haven't got much longer to stay here. Alright, stop shooting, man. He's in cover. He's in cover. Your missiles are just hitting the silo. So we'll get in here. We'll see if we can't do him some damage. Quick run. We're fast, so we can just stream in and out. We don't have to worry too much about staying there. We can just do some hit and runs. He's going to try and sneak down this way. He's not going to make it. And I'm going to get out of here because the big boys are coming now. So it's really important in an Arctic Cheetah or any of the smaller mechs that when the big boys start heading up, you need to move. You need to get out of the way and get back towards your guys where you can get some support.
New target acquired.
Especially if the big guys spot you, and then you need to do some
New
flanking.
target acquired.
We've also got them in Foxtrot 4, guys. Looks like maybe a couple of LRM
acquired.
boats and an Atlas. So just be careful of the
On
Echo
critical
4
damage.
sector.
Right at the edge.
Ouch.
New target
We've got
acquired.
some guys sneaking through Gamma 4 and 5 as well.
New target acquired. Heat destroyed.
The light lasers themselves don't do a lot of damage.
Critical damage.
But 6 of them do. I'm screwed here anyway. 6 of them in a row will definitely hurt, and it will definitely core out. Like if I can hit this Raven on the left shoulder, the right shoulder, I might even core him. But, yeah, they'll do a lot of damage if you can. Yeah, you see, I only did 28. I'm shit at piloting right next. They can do a lot of damage if you know how to use them right. Like I was saying, I've seen some of the clan mates get 700-800 damage in an Arctic Cheetah just with small lasers. So it's definitely doable. Just requires a lot of practice. But anyway, guys, as usual, I'm Bex the Destroyer. I hope you've enjoyed the vid. I hope you'll continue to watch, like, and subscribe. Also, check out my Twitter feed. I will be streaming some Hearthstone and other games eventually. My internet connection is not fantastic, so it may be a little bit laggy, but I'd appreciate it if you stuck with me until I could get some stuff happening. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and everyone have a great day.